Why are African Americans still dying at the hands of law enforcement in this country?
And so are white people. So are white people. What a terrible question to ask. So are white people. More white people, by the way. More white people.
You need to say to yourself every day you get up and you look in the mirror, this is your future, this is your world to inherit. You go out there, you make up your mind what you want to do, and you go for it. Don't let anyone stop you. And never let anyone tell you that you should stand behind them. You are the leaders. You stand in front.
Did Donald Trump finally run into someone who won't play along with his reality show version of the truth? Queen Latifah just allegedly shut him down so hard, even his teleprompter might be reconsidering its loyalty. Is this the moment Trump's signature spin unravels, or will he fire back with a Twitter meltdown for the ages? Stay tuned. This showdown is just getting started.
Please.
Mr. President, after 3.5 years, do you regret at all the lying you've done to the American people?
All the what?
All the lying, all the dishonesties.
That who is that?
You have done. Tens of thousands.
Go ahead, please. Please. Go ahead.
I wanted to ask about the payroll tax.
Another day, another Trump claim so wild it makes Florida headlines seem tame. This time, the man who once declared he had the best words decided to sprinkle in a few more. Except these words made about as much sense as a fortune cookie written by a malfunctioning AI. Naturally, the internet did what it does best, fact-checked, roasted, and memmed it into oblivion. But just when it seemed like this was going to be another run-of-the-mill Trump moment, Queen Latifah entered the chat. And let's just say, when royalty speaks, people listen.
I just want to shout out a few people that made a difference in our lives. My grandfather owned a hardware store, and so he showed me that black people could do business.
Now, Trump isn't exactly known for being, let's call it, accurate. His latest claim, whatever it was, because at this point, Pick Your Poison had all the usual ingredients. A dash of self-aggrandizement, a sprinkle of revisionist history, and a generous helping of, "Sir, that's just not true." But this time, instead of letting the internet do all the heavy lifting, Queen Latifah decided enough was enough. Maybe she was scrolling through Twitter over breakfast, saw his statement, and just went, "Oh, hell no!" Or maybe she's just been waiting for the perfect moment to drop the mic on him. Either way, she stepped up, and when she did, things got real.
My grandmother told me she worked at Picatinny Arsenal during the war making bombs. She felt like that was her contribution to helping America win. She also raised 9 kids. My other grandmother, who was 91, raised 7 kids. So shout to Nana in Maryland.
Within minutes, social media lit up. Clips of Latifah's response were everywhere. Fans cheering like they were courtside at a WNBA game. People were calling it the classiest takedown since Michelle Obama's "when they go low, we go high" moment. Trump supporters scrambled to spin it in his favor, but even they seemed a little lost, like they knew deep down this wasn't a battle he could win. The memes, oh, they were next level. Latifah's face next to a crumbling Trump tower, a side-by-side of her, and Trump captioned "Truth versus Alternative Facts." One particularly ruthless post featured a still from Set It Off, but instead of a bank, Latifah was metaphorically robbing Trump of his last shred of credibility.
This world is such a, and when I say this world, I mean it. I don't mean in an ideal sense. I mean in every day, every little thing you do. It's such a, gimme. Everybody back off. You know, everybody's like, you taught that from school, everywhere. Big business. You want to be successful? You want to be like Trump? Gimme. Push. Step. Crush. That's how it all is. And it's like, nobody ever stopped. Just, you know, I feel like, instead of us just being like, slavery's bad, slavery's there, bad whitey. I mean, all right, let's stop that. And everybody's smart enough to know that, I mean, we've been slighted.
He caused the inflation, and it's killing black families and Hispanic families and just about everybody. The fact is that his big kill on the black people is the millions of people that he's allowed to come in through the border. They're taking black jobs now, and it could be 18, it could be 19, and even 20 million people. They're taking black jobs.
As the drama escalated, political analysts couldn't help but chime in. Some tried to act surprised, as if this wasn't just another Tuesday in the never-ending Trump saga. Others noted that Latifah didn't just call him out, she called the game out. The way misinformation spreads, the way powerful men try to bulldoze over reality, the way certain people get away with saying literally anything and still have supporters lining up to defend them. Of course, the real entertainment was waiting to see how Trump himself would react. Would he ignore it? Unlikely. Would he fire off an all-caps rant? Absolutely. Would he try to claim he and Latifah were old friends before turning on her 5 seconds later? Probably. One thing was clear, Trump wasn't ready for this. But the internet? Oh, the internet was thriving.
2 doctors in England claim that writing and listening to rap can actually treat mental illness. Yeah, they say that rap lyrics are about people's struggles and how they overcame them, and so the songs actually help people battling depression feel more empowered. I can attest to that.
And just like that, the unexpected showdown wasn't just about one ridiculous claim. It became something bigger. It was a moment, a cultural shift, a reminder that sometimes you need a queen to shut down the nonsense. And just like that, Trump was at it again, spinning a tale so outrageous it made reality take a backseat. Maybe he was boasting about his unmatched business success, conveniently forgetting the bankruptcies. Maybe he was rewriting history, claiming credit for something he had nothing to do with. Or maybe he just woke up and decided to declare himself the greatest at, well, everything. Whatever it was this time, one thing was certain. The internet had receipts, and they were not about to let him get away with it. Almost instantly, fact-checkers went into overdrive, dissecting every word like detectives on a crime scene. Actually, sir, that didn't happen, became the unofficial tagline of the day. The numbers didn't add up. The claims, shakier than his signature on a check. It was like watching a magician fumble a trick, except instead of rabbits and top hats, it was statistics and historical records.
I absolutely love this idea. I remember going through my things as a teenager, 14, 15, and sitting on the bus, taking the bus to the movies or wherever I was going, and sitting on the back of the bus writing lyrics and working through my own emotions, working through things and really coming into a more positive place just by expressing what I was feeling. So I really hope that this works.
But the real entertainment came from the people. The memes arrived faster than a Trump lawsuit threat. Twitter was flooded with classics, side-by-side comparisons of his latest statement versus, well, reality. A clip of Latifah shutting him down with the caption, "When a queen walks in, the clown has to exit." Someone even took one of his past speeches and auto-tuned it into a remix called Lies on Fire. It was beautiful chaos. And then, of course, there were the die-hard supporters trying to defend him, scrambling for explanations like a student who forgot their homework. He didn't mean literally, they argued, as if Trump has ever been subtle. It's just the fake news twisting his words. Right, because when someone claims they're the best at something, clearly the media is at fault for quoting them.
Now, as much as Harris is focusing on black men, it's important to have some perspective because polls show that Kamala is getting support from about 80% of black men versus about 20% for Trump. Or as Trump would put it,
and my numbers with the black, and especially black men, I love black men. I love them. I love them. I have gone through the roof with black men. Black men.
Black men. He says it like he's been practicing really hard not to call them something else.
At this point, it was like watching a slow-motion car crash, except the driver was flooring the gas while insisting everything was fine. The more people called him out, the more his exaggeration crumbled, leaving nothing but a pile of alternative facts and a fresh wave of collective exhaustion. And with Queen Latifah already in the mix, this wasn't just another Trump blunder. This was a full-blown spectacle. And the audience? Oh, they were eating it up. And then, just when the internet thought it had seen it all, Queen Latifah stepped in. Not with a whisper, not with a gentle correction, but with the kind of presence that makes the entire room sit up and pay attention. Because when a queen speaks, the nonsense stops. With the perfect mix of elegance and straight-up no-nonsense energy, Latifah delivered a response that wasn't just a rebuttal, it was a verbal demolition. No yelling, no theatrics. Just facts wrapped in that signature coolness that made it impossible to argue. It was the kind of moment that didn't need to be loud to shake the room. a masterclass in shutting things down without breaking a sweat.
I love those pink signs. Women for Trump. I love the signs behind me. Blacks for Trump. I like those signs. Blacks for Trump. You watch. You watch. Those signs are great. Thank you.
Somebody is got a bunch of complaints against them, then clearly they, don't need to be engaging with the public. You know what I mean? And we need to know that information, and they need to not be engaging with the public. Like, enough already. If you're not the one, then we got to get you out of there. I'm sorry, because you're going to hurt somebody.
The delivery was smooth, almost too smooth, like she had been waiting for this moment. And let's be honest, dealing with Trump's reality-warping statements is something you have to be mentally prepared for. One wrong move, and suddenly you're arguing against something so bizarre that it makes you question the laws of physics. But Latifah, she navigated it like a pro, slicing through the nonsense with precision. Maybe she went for the subtle approach, throwing in a polite yet deadly "bless his heart" before completely dismantling the claim. Or maybe she went full-on mic drop mode, the kind of response that doesn't need a follow-up because it already said everything. Either way, it wasn't just about proving Trump wrong, it was about making it look effortless. And that's where her words carried more weight than most. This wasn't just another celebrity weighing in. Latifah has spent years commanding respect, not by screaming the loudest, but by standing firm and letting the truth do the talking. That's the difference. When she speaks, it's not about scoring cheap points or chasing headlines. It's about laying it down, setting the record straight, and walking away like she never had a doubt in the first place.
People don't want to see all of the politics. They've got enough politics with me and with everybody else. And they don't want to see it with football and sports on Sunday or whenever they happen to be watching.
So while Trump may have set the internet on fire with his latest tall tale, it was Queen Latifah who walked away with the final word. And in this round of reality versus rhetoric, there was no question who won. And right on cue, the meltdown began. Whether it was a full-on Twitter storm or an awkward silence so loud it echoed across social media, the reaction was textbook Trump. If history has taught us anything, it's that when faced with undeniable facts, he's got three moves: yell fake news, attack the messenger, or wildly change the subject, sometimes all at once. Maybe he went for the classics, slapping together a rage-fueled post about the failing media while misspelling at least one word. Or maybe he took the subtle route, throwing in an oddly capitalized Truth Social rant about how Queen Latifah is overrated, because that's his go-to insult for anyone who exposes him.
To the Black and Hispanic communities, I want to thank you for the tremendous outpouring of love and trust that you have shown me with your vote. We set records, and I will not forget it. I've heard your voices in the campaign, and I look forward to working with you in the years to come.
When she speaks, people listen, and that's exactly why this moment hit harder than most. This wasn't just another celebrity Twitter spat, it was a reminder that influence extends beyond entertainment. So, does this mark a turning point, or is it just another chapter in the never-ending Trump reality show? If history tells us anything, he'll keep spinning tall tales, and people will keep calling him out. But the difference now? The pushback is louder, sharper, and coming from voices that resonate far beyond politics. And if even Queen Latifah is stepping in, maybe, just maybe, the tide is turning. If there's one thing Trump hates, it's being upstaged. And Queen Latifah, she didn't just steal the spotlight, she built a whole new stage and left him fumbling for a response. Now the big question, does he double down, or does he pretend this never happened? Knowing Trump, ignoring it is unlikely. His options, either unleash an all-caps rant, deflect with a random attack on someone completely unrelated, or somehow blame Joe Biden, China, or wind turbines.
I don't think people should be staying in locker rooms, but still, I think it's good. You have to stand proudly for the national anthem. Well, you shouldn't be playing. You shouldn't be there. Maybe you shouldn't be in the country. You have to stand proudly.
Black excellence. Yeah, we made some black excellence. And it wasn't just at the top of Africa.
Meanwhile, Latifah's no-nonsense takedown might set a new trend. public figures actually holding Trump accountable instead of letting him run wild with alternative facts. Could this be a turning point? Will more celebrities follow her lead? Imagine a world where Trump's exaggerations are met with immediate, undeniable reality checks. He'd be left scrambling faster than his legal team when a new indictment drops. And let's not forget, the internet is locked in, watching every move. The memes are flying, late-night comedians are sharpening their scripts, and Twitter, or whatever it's called now, is primed for the next battle. So who's stepping up next? Another A-lister? A former ally? One thing's certain. Trump's latest L is the gift that keeps on giving.